champ Tyron Woodley and featherweight contender Chris Cyborg. That's UFC Tonight, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on FS1.
The big divorce. LeBron and Kyrie. Kyrie wants out. It's a big divorce. This is a shocker. Oh, my God, what do we do? It's not shocking at all. Kyrie's learned from LeBron. This is the downside to being LeBron James. Innovators eventually face imitators. And LeBron now is facing himself, a mobile star looking to beat him out of town.
I totally don't understand it at all with what Kyrie is looking for. Wants to be the top dog on a bad team. It sounds very selfish. When you consider that KD took less money to help what Golden State is keeping together there, he's not even close to being the player that LeBron James is if he thinks he can be the franchise player that a team is built around. I don't know what Kyrie is thinking here other than if he's more concerned about making money than winning championships.
LeBron set the team up in his image. We're going to win immediately. Gimme Kevin Love. Forget Andrew Wiggins. And guess what? Their future is ugly. And Kyrie Irving sees that. And he's going to be stuck in Cleveland with a geriatric bench. Bunch of guys over 33 years old. Tristan Thompson on a bad contract. J.R. Smith on a bad contract. If you're Kyrie Irving, why would you stay?
One of the great fights in MMA history.
When I beat him Saturday, Colin, the conversation changes now. It's not, well, he's the greatest fighter of all time. Now I'm the conversation. I'm going to put it on this boy. I'm going to whip him. And I'm going to make him realize that those 2.5 years away was a vacation, and he's going to go searching for another 2.5 years. Don't wonder. Hey, his next trouble will be on Sunday, because once I whip him, he's going to go find trouble to make sure he's suspended again.
If you're looking to sell your car, there's a new, better way to do it. TrueCar, fast, easy, best way to price your car from the comfort of home. When you're ready to experience a better way to sell or trade in your car, check out TrueCar.com/trade today.
That was a good ad, by the way.
That was a really well-written ad. And I'm still struggling with burglary.
Yes. I think it's like jewelry. It's hard to say sometimes jewelry and burglary. It's burglary.
Burglary.
Yeah.
Burglary.
Yes.
Good to have you in the herd today. We're going to go live to Cowboy Camp. We've got some video from Oxnard, California. I mistakenly called it Oxford. That's Mississippi. Old Miss Scandal. Oxnard, California. So the Cowboy Camp. There's Dak Prescott. You're looking right now. I know this doesn't do much for our radio audience, but that is there's Des Bryant racing for a touchdown in beautiful Oxnard, California, up by warm and toasty Thousand Oaks. God, isn't that great? Up in Thousand Oaks. You live up there in Thousand Oaks. You look out your window, and it's the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll go to a reporter for the Dallas Morning News, one of the last great American sports pages and newspapers, here in about 10 minutes. You know, I was thinking about this. I've never been in this position, but I hear stories about people that have to carry their family, and they've got the dysfunctional dad. And I think one of the saddest things is when you hear about young people and the mom was an alcoholic, and the dad was abusive. And I'm always amazed when people like kids have to take control of their family and literally have to, at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I never had to deal with this, but they have to really be the dad and the mom and get the kids ready for school. And you hear stories about this all the time, about people that have to sort of carry a family. And I always just go, God, what a burden. And I think sometimes, even though Tom Brady's great, I don't feel like he has to carry the burden of the Patriots. Belichick's a great coach. They draft well. They acquire free agents. He doesn't worry about the defense. Tom may be great, but Tom knows if he shows up to practice, works hard, and does his job, they can win. You know, the Patriots defense in that last Super Bowl kept getting Atlanta off the field in 3 and out, making the defense more tired for Tom. The defense did Tom a lot of favors in the Super Bowl. But think about LeBron James think about his existence in Cleveland. So the year before LeBron James arrived in Cleveland, they were 17-65. That's almost impossible to do in the NBA. They were Brooklyn bad. Then he shows up, and for 7 years, they go to the playoffs for 5 years. Then LeBron leaves, and overnight, this 60-win team was 97-215. Then LeBron comes back to the Cleveland family for 3 years. They get to the finals 3 years in a row, and they win one. And now, if you wake up this morning, D. Rose is signed with the Cavs. And if Kyrie Irving leaves, your roster is a series of old guys, overpaid guys, and guys who can't defend. Kyle Korver, J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson, Channing Frye, Kevin Love, Derrick Rose. You wonder why sometimes LeBron cryptically sends messages? He has to carry this franchise. The day before he arrives, they're awful. He arrives, they're good. He leaves a championship competing team. They're awful for 4 years. They get 3 lottery picks in 4 years, butcher 2 of them. Then he comes back and they win again. And this morning he wakes up and Kyrie's like, I want to get out of here. I'm going to give LeBron the right to take a deep sigh and think, bruh, how long do I have to carry this franchise? I put us all together again. I mean, good God, folks. In the last 20 years, the only time Cleveland's not humiliating itself is when LeBron is there. So, yeah, he's probably a little testy with Kyrie Irving. He's probably a little testy. I get it. Christine with the news.
No.
Heard on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
You remember Chauncey Billups? He interviewed for the Cavs president job last month and ultimately took his name out of the running.
Yes, I do remember that.
Well,
yeah.
He says now that he knew while he was interviewing that Kyrie Irving was unhappy. Here he is.
It didn't really surprise me. Obviously, I knew, as they were doing their due diligence on me, I was doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. So obviously, I knew so much about the situation that the rest of the world doesn't know. But that's unfortunate, man, because he's a special talent, in my opinion. So much of what he's been able to accomplish on and off the floor he's been a beneficiary of having LeBron James, man. That would be alarming to me if I was a team looking to get him.
Now, that's really interesting. Chauncey saying, if I was a GM and I'm inheriting Kyrie and he's not happy with that situation, what the hell's he happy with?
Well, he said that the ultimate reason why, was that whether or not LeBron left, he didn't think that they had great assets if you were going to try to do a rebuild if LeBron wound up moving on.
That's fair. But I still think I would stay for one more year and get to the finals again.
Well, maybe what Chauncey saw in the Cavs maybe not having a plan for their future, Kyrie also sees and wants to get a step ahead. Am I starting to get to you a little bit?
Not really.
Not even at all? Not me, Craig Jennings, nothing?
Sounds spoiled to me.
Well, your maids, if they're 10 minutes late.
God.
Okay, you're going to love this. And I think we're going to be on 2 different sides. So Marcus Mariota, he's ended his first 2 seasons early because of injury.
Yeah.
So the Titans say that they would like him to gain weight so that he can absorb hits better.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, his personal trainer says he'd like him to lose weight so that he can run faster and avoid them. So which is better? Do you run or you absorb the hits?
You absorb the hits. Absolutely.
Why do you say that?
This is just something I've talked to a lot of quarterbacks about, and I have a friend, Brock Heward, who played in the NFL briefly, and he just couldn't put on weight. The NFL quarterbacks need to be built like Matt Stafford and Andrew Luck. Mm-hmm. They got pudding.
Well, look at Andrew Luck, though. He's like bleeding out of his eyeball or something.
But that just shows you, if he was a smaller athlete, how long would he last? Trent Dilfer told me this years ago. Quarterbacks, if you've got abs, get rid of them. Put pudding on, because he goes, you're going to be so beat up. Trent told me there would be practices where he would take harder hits than college games. So put some pudding on. Don't be a swimsuit model in the NFL as a quarterback. If you want to be a corner or a receiver, let me see the abs. As a quarterback, put on an extra 8 pounds.
I'm trying to think if Tom Brady has abs.
No, he doesn't.
You think he has kind of a gut?
No, but he's got a butt. He's thick. Tom's thick. Have you seen him? He does. What
does a butt have to do with that?
He's big,
Solid.
thighs, solid, skinny and ab. Like RG3, a great example. RG3 had abs. RG3 could not stay healthy. You're going to absorb when I look at Marcus Mariota, he looks light to me.
This is giving a lot of men a lot of confidence. To be a great quarterback, you don't have to have abs.
No,
in fact, you shouldn't.
Baked potatoes, French fries, French dip sandwiches regularly.
Perfect. And finally, Jim Harbaugh was at the Big Ten Media Day, and he said that he would like his quarterback to be very loud. And so, of course, he gave a demonstration.
Be loud. It's really easy. Ah! Be loud. You know?